at least the essence of the Flyers is there. Would you say, Nast? I mean,
I think it's definitely coming back
coming
from
back. I
from
mean, with the
talking to
direction of
Danny and
it, obviously Danny and Jonesy and just kind of the people they've been bringing in, and little things from the logos on the ice to the jerseys. It's kind of like I feel like it's heading in the right direction for sure.
And that's a big part of everything that happens, right? You need to have buy-in, and look, this fan base has been through a lot.
Yep.
They have, I think, some of the best fans in pro sports, and I'm not pandering because I live here or anything like that. I was at the Phillies game the other night. Like you can't name
crazy.
a better pro sports city.
Yeah,
you just can't.
That's true.
But they've been through the ringer because they've sort of been promised a lot over the last number of years that the team hasn't delivered on. And it just so happens to come at a time where there's other places to park your money. There's limited entertainment dollars to go around to begin with. And if your choice is, do I spend it on the Flyers or do I spend it on the Eagles, the Phillies, or in some cases, even the Sixers or Union, they've kind of opened themselves up to that conversation. And it also wasn't just that there were holes and flaws with the roster and how things were constructed. It was the coaches that they had gone through. It was the attitude of the team. It was really from ownership on down that has been problematic. It seems like they've righted a lot of those things now, but the problem is that you now need to convince people that what you're saying is actually what you're doing. I don't think they're going to have a problem converting on that. And I'm with you guys and feel like they've begun that process, but the proof ultimately will be in how this team works, how they draft, the smart decisions and wins that they can find on the margins. And this is a no bullshit city. Like, I don't need to tell you guys this. People can see right through you if you're not honest and if you're not true in what sincere and what you're trying to do. I think the Flyers have taken a lot of the right steps, but it's going to be a while. Mm-hmm. And you're going to need to hang with them through the next handful of years in order to get to where you want to get to.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
But you're right. Like, these people see through it.
Oh, for sure.
And I think, like you just said, Frank, I think you can tell the right steps are being taken. It's just a matter of now keeping it going and backing it up and
advancing in the
doing
playoffs.
The right thing.
You got to stack each one of those wins on top of each other to ultimately then to have people see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do agree. Like the foundational pieces are being laid. I think people are believing in this on a more authentic way versus just lip service. And it's like politicians speaking. I feel like the voices and the essence behind it is authentic. Certainly a lot more authentic than the past. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting how this thing plays up. Yeah, for sure.
But what I was going to say too is it's still a lot to ask.
100%.
Yeah.
5 years or whatever this is going to be. It's a long time. That's not this fans of this franchise aren't used to that.
Yeah. No, I mean,
the leanest years of this team, like you probably lived them, Nast, like the early 90s, there was a 5-year period, and that's kind of it in the entire franchise history.
Right. And even when Hexie took over, he had the 5-year plan, sort of like Dean Lombardi did in LA, but then it turned to, well, it's going to take a couple more years. Although we did make the playoffs 2 out of those 4 years that Hack was here, right? And Chief made the playoffs one time with, a team maybe shouldn't have made it, probably overachieved that year. That's when the Rangers went to the finals that year and lost LA. But I mean, it's been pretty gloomy, except for we in the bubble. The player, that was the year where if it hadn't got stopped, the Flyers were on fire. That was the year I made it halfway through, and then I didn't go back. But it's been a while, and it's going to be a while. I think to your point, Frank. Like, it's going to take some time. People have to be patient with it and believe in it. So
it's a weird feeling around here. Like it's an uncomfortable feeling being a Philadelphian, like covering and so deep into the NHL is the Flyers have never really not mattered at any point in my life, meaning in the whole league structure. They've never been a franchise that people look past, and they lost their way. I think they've got it back, but to get to that level again, it's going to be a while. I think the satisfying thought process of that is once you get there, you should have a sustained run of success, meaning it should allow you for a 10-year runway where you're not just going to feel really good about it. You're probably going to have an authentic chance to win if you do it right. And so that's the payoff, right? Like that's what you're asking people to commit to now is hang with us and we'll get you there. And things will be kind of like they used to be, where every single year it was like death, taxes, and the Flyers in the playoffs with a chance to win the cup.